Well, in this episode of Grundig machining, there will be no machining. Instead, we are going to, check this unit. This is an, old, not too old, but old transistor radio from somewhere around 1980s, maybe 70s. And it's, let's look what's inside. It has some battle scars. Hopefully we can, we cannot, but because this is plastic and when it's burnt like that, it's burnt. But hopefully we can get it to work all right. Yeah. So, let's go to the workbench and see what's inside. Okay, so let's start the evaluation of this radio. First of all, the power cord. This is where all the juice comes in. I'll start with this one. My first concern is this thing. It's filed down to be able to put this one into the grounded wall outlet. This is not the correct way of doing this. And you shouldn't be filing these. There is all holes in there, and you can, or small children can, touch the parts which are under power. Not very good. Okay, this has to be replaced. Yep. Then we have here in the front, let's see if we can peel off these tapes. Okay, we probably super glue these in place. Okay, so it's not too dirty, but still there is some yellow haze in there. Let's see how the knobs feel. Well, this feels already bad. Okay, this works. So all the threads are there. And this one then? Oh, feels also quite bad. I believe these knobs can be pulled off by pulling. Yeah. And you have to pull them quite gently. Usually I take these off to see what's underside, and this I can tell you right away. They collect all sorts of dirt there. Okay, that's the front panel. We need to take that off and clean it properly. It doesn't have a lot of scratches in it, and that's a very good thing, because usually those scratches are really hard to get rid of. Then the top side, as you already saw, there is a burn mark here. You can feel it's a deep one. This one we cannot get rid of. Then we have some dirt here. That one. And the other side is, okay. The other side is also okay. Underside then, we have all the original paperwork here. Very good. Okay. Now, let's see what's here. This is the FM connector. There is probably a dipole antenna in there somewhere. And I was prepared. I have this sort thing. And usually you don't use a lot of force with these screws, because they are... And this one is the last one. I have a bucket here for all these parts, so... Yeah, and this switch here is for RF110a. It's a record player. And this one now comes off like this. And does it have a lot of dust? Well, it's quite clean actually, but we need to take care of that dust. Yeah, it's not a big deal. And then what's inside? A radio. And furthermore, we need to replace this, and it's very easy to replace. Oh, well, we have here something. Oh, a spare fuse, even. And now how this radio comes away there, that's a little bit problematic here. First of all, I need to, let's see if I have the correct bit in my soldering iron. I do have the correct bit. I believe I need to solder off, yeah, the loudspeaker leads, threads. Oh, this is yeah. Well, the antenna is actually aluminium foil around the radio. It's you can see it here on the corner. It goes there, and then it has some loop here. Same applies to this corner, and that's a very fancy way of doing this. And then I believe we have that screw, let's see, that one. I really would like to have a, and it has a germanium, oh yeah, AC, well, this is not 80s thing, this is from maybe mid-70s or 70s even, because early 70s, because it has the power stage made out of germanium transistors. Oh yeah, now I found it. It's well hidden, but they have provided a hole to access that screw. Well, maybe for themselves in order to be able to put this together. Oop. That should be the last one. Okay, it's free. Now I will solder off the loudspeaker wires. Yeah. Like that. And then this power cord, we are going to replace that one, so like that. And now we should be able to lift this away from there. Yeah. Okay, there you are. Well, it's looking like this inside, and now we have this thing, and oh yeah, and we have more screws here, which I would like to take off, because then we can get the front panel off separately. Oh yeah, okay. Yes. Okay, this came apart. Very nice, we can clean it separately. And then, oh yeah, this is not a very good idea to have things like this here. These are causing trouble. These are original, their original function was to mitigate vibration. This is all like plastic, and this means that this is double-sided tape, I believe. So as you can see, the glue is long gone. Okay, maybe we replace them with double-sided tape. Okay. One more thing to get off. This shouldn't be too bad. It's the loudspeaker. A little bit. Let's see if I can. Yeah. Okay. It looks like a decent speaker. Nothing wrong with that one. now we still have this thing here, which I would like to get totally off. You need to do some persuasion with these ones. Okay, I got it out. And it's not broken, which is good, always good. Well, I got it out. It went into two pieces, but that's into two pieces like this, but that's not bad. I can still reuse it. Got the wire out. Okay, now we have dismantled it so far that we can start up cleaning this. Well, I start with this unit. Okay, here is now this thing, and I would like to show you something. I already removed lamps, but then I thought that you might want to know how to remove this type of lamps. These are not very easy to remove. These have glass here, and wires just bent there, and if you try to pull them out with pliers, you will most probably crack them. So let's assume that we have an old lamp there sitting in there like that. They usually are like that. Now that's there. So what I use is, this is some silicone tube, something that really grips the glass. Then I put it around that one, like that. Now it's there. And then I just pull it out with this. There you go. It comes with, and it's really gripping the lamp. Yeah, okay. But, well, the original lamps were 7-volt lamps, and they were both burned. This means that they are operating in the upper limit of their voltage, and well, I put in 12-volt lamps, which are probably their lifetime expectancy is a lot longer. They are not so bright, but they will serve a longer time. So we have new lamps there now. I also have applied, this is the volume potentiometer with the tone switch, just a drop of oil in there, and that's all it needs, just one drop, and even half of that. And you shouldn't do any more than that. If you spray something there, that will absolutely ruin your radio in the long run. The other one thing is that this was has a bearing surface here. Well, another very tiny drop of good quality oil there, and now it will probably work the next 10 years. This one was a little bit problematic because it doesn't have any bearings, and well, I decided not to lubricate it at all. Okay, so the next step is to well, we don't have any power cord here. So well, what I would like to do is to put some power cord here. I will be using this one. It's here, that one. It has this kind of thing on the other end, and the other end has this kind of thing. And now this kind of thing will, oops, we don't need that. And then what I will do next is to peel off this, and this is an operation which I will use my this kind of cord. Power cord is you have to be careful when peeling this one so that you don't hurt the inside threads. especially the insulation there inside. So therefore I just make tiniest was it enough? Yes, it was enough. Now it's coming apart like this. As you can see, you can peel the things there, and then we just do it like this. And now we have the power cord here. Okay, and this one had something like, the length was something like that much, and then I peel this like that. It's very easy to do usually. Yes, and now turn these around a little bit like that, and now I will pre-solder these. So now what I will do, I will put this into the switch. Let's hear if this is the isolation transformer. Yes, it is. You can hear it. And I have all these Loctite bottles here, and now let's put this on. Okay, nothing happened. And then, oh, we have light at least. Something can be heard. Okay. This was the... oh yeah. At least the amplifier works. Very good. Oh, it was the... oh yeah. Let's see how much power do we have in here. 9 ohms. Oh well, 0.1 watts. Oh yeah. Okay, it has 1 watt power. Oh wow. Yeah, this is active speaker, so it is measuring the power. Well, and well, it works. Very good. Well, let's see. Now I would like to hear about the other. Oh, that's bad. We have a lot of interference in this room, so... And by the way, this was without any antenna, this FM reception, so it's really good. I believe I don't want to touch any of these trimming elements here. It doesn't need to be tuned. Because this is what you listen with it, and that's it. If there would have been a problem, I would probably have tuning for this one, but it doesn't need one. So, tuning a thing that doesn't need tuning, well, better not to do that. Okay, now I put off this thing. Very good. I think we are on the way of getting this together. Well, the next thing is these two decorative things which were sitting here and were glued by tape. Well, I will use some super glue. You don't need a lot of this. just okay, we have that one. Ta-da! This is now the new color scheme. Better than actually the wood imitation. It just came off. And now what we need here is something in under this one, so it doesn't resonate when the radio is turned on. Otherwise you will be hearing things like this when you play it, and that's not very good. So I just put a trace here, because this is water soluble. It shouldn't cause any trouble. There, you just don't want to put too much of it there. It might take years, but it will dry eventually. And this one certainly dampens the vibrations, that's for sure. Okay, let's see now. If I put this there, as it was, like that. Well, it's still making some sounds. Now I need to have the screws here, and those were the little ones, very little ones. Those ones. There you go. Now let's hear about it. Yeah, a lot better. Doesn't rumble. Good. And it's straight. I think it was this way. Yeah. Like that tight. Okay. Okay, I think we are there. Okay. Goes into there. Oh, well, this is one of the easiest radios to put together I have seen. So there you go. Then we have the loudspeaker wires. Let's solder those. It's very easy actually. There you are. Oh! Next step will be the power cord. Yeah. It requires some brute force. Let's put the blue one first. It's important that you put, there is a hole, an eye there, where you need to put the wire, so, yeah. Okay. Huh. Huh. Are we good? Hopefully yes, let's see. Okay, now this was the conditioning of an old radio. Well, it didn't need a lot to do, just change the power cord, which was really needed, and then maybe, well, I painted it because the outside was looking really, it was so 70s, so I made it look a little bit my style. So this was absolutely not a restoration. And it works well.
It's a well-done radio done in the, early 70s.
Well, good morning everybody. This is the next day, morning, and this thing is not working anymore. It sounds like this. This is my measuring thing. Here we should have some signal. And we do. Okay, it's not. That is the volume potentiometer. Well, that pretty much eliminates the whole radio compartment. And then let's see the output transistors. Yeah, the wonders of internet. I got a semantic. Well, I have located the failure. It is, well, at this point at the potentiometer slide, the signal is okay. There is R57, which is 333, R57, there. And we should find 3.5 volts across that one. Huh. R57, and it's telling us 0.33 volts, and it should be 3.5 volts, so this is not at all in range. So this is the DC feedback from the output. It's R47. And that one is actually 1.2 mega ohms. I could change that one, and then also maybe these transistors. These are not, probably not in the best shape. This resistor, which you can see here, could be the problem. It should be quite easy to remove, and with these old PCBs you need to be really careful. Well, this is a metal film resistor, 1.2 mega ohms. Bend the wires from the correct place. Then we nip the excess wires away. Like that. And then solder it without breaking these nice wires here. And then the transistor. Yeah, this is a high gain transistor, BC148. It's an NPN transistor, nothing fancy. There is some 2N. Okay, I believe this is a good substitute for that one. I will. So that wire, and the very last one, like that. Should be loose now. So this is the one I want to change. Yep. Oops. Then we can see whether we have the correct voltages in that particular place. We have the so now we measure the voltage across this resistor R57. 3.5 volts I'm chasing here. R57. There you are, R57. 3.47 volts. Okay, there you are. Okay, now that one is working finally. Yesterday I thought that it was okay, but in the morning it was not working anymore. A typical intermittent problem, and this is probably the reason why it was disposed. Now it's working, and the culprit is probably the transistor. Well, in the next episode of FUM0155 machining, I'm probably selling my lathe. Well, yeah, okay, but let's see. Till then, see you!